Most of the time, strangers on Waltoness Mountain were just folks who'd taken a wrong turn off the main highway, lost, confused, maybe a little embarrassed. But everything changed once World War II got underway. All of a sudden, people were looking for the mountain on purpose. Traffic wasn't exactly bumper to bumper, but there was traffic. And that is what sparked something new in Ben Walton, the boldest idea he'd ever had. It starts quietly with the kids playing baseball out front, waiting for Mama and Daddy to get back from Richmond. When they finally arrive, they're loaded down, not just with stories from the city, but with new orders for the sawmill. Ben, ever the eager foreman, tells his father he's already cleared the backlog and the mill is ready to go again. But John's not pleased. Turns out, Ben subcontracted a job to another mill one that couldn't meet the deadline. John's disappointed, deeply. He even says, half in anger, half in warning, that he's got half a mind to let Ben go. Ben doesn't back down easily. Later, as he fills the truck with gas at Ike's, he vents about his father, about feeling unappreciated, and Ike listens, nods, and notices something else, more cars passing by than usual. Turns out, the Pickett's defense plant's booming, and Ike plants a seed. Maybe it's time for something else on the mountain. Something like an autocourt, a place for weary travelers to rest, eat, maybe even stay a while. Ben's eyes light up. They take the idea to Corabeth, sweetening the pitch by offering to name the whole thing after her. She's flattered, and suddenly, the dream starts breathing. That night, Jason walks in from his gig at the Dewdrop Inn, finds Ben in the kitchen finishing off the last slice of pie. They split it half and half and swap stories of their rough days. Ben tries again with John, pitching the autocourt idea. But John's unmoved. He wants Ben focused on the mill, not moonlighting schemes. Ben, backed into a corner, says the only way forward is to quit the mill entirely. And somehow John relents, reluctantly signing off on Ben's loan application, muttering, almost to himself, "You're old enough to make your own mistakes." Ben moves into Mrs. Alika, Dunbar's boarding house, and barely gets settled before the phone rings. It's Olivia. The banks approve the loan. Things are moving. The plan takes shape at Godsey's. Ben, Ike, Corabeth huddled over sketches. Ike's still stung that John won't support them, but Corabeth? She's already seeing beyond the cottages. A town square, she dreams complete with a library, a tea room, a music hall, and of course, a fountain. They hold a meeting at Godsey Hall that evening. Community turnout is strong, and they vote to form the Boost Walton's Mountain Club, the land they want, right beside the store. Only problem, it belongs to the Baldwin sisters. At first, they hesitate. It's full of memories, of picnics and afternoons in the sun. But in the end, they gift it. For the war effort, for the mountain. John shows up late, takes his seat in the back, arms crossed. Ike, respectful but firm, asks him to speak his piece. And John does, calm, measured, worried. He talks about booms and busts, about neighbors risking hard-earned savings, about pride giving way to hardship. Ben pushes back point for point until Ike calls for a vote. One by one, hands go up. Everyone except John votes yes. Back at the store, Ben and Ike pore over blueprints. Corabeth bursts in, waving the Charlottesville Progress, thrilled to read aloud the article she wrote about their grand plans. Ben and Ike smile politely while quietly reading the real headline beneath her words. War Production Board bans all non-essential construction. Heart sinking, Ben tries to appeal, denied, so he pivots brilliantly. What if they move the old cottages from the abandoned Guthrie mine? One by one, Ike's in. They haul the first one over, park it beside the store. Jim, Bob, and Elizabeth help painting, sanding, turning worn wood into something hopeful. Then another blow. Jason stops by, grim-faced. That rumor about the Franklin steel plant coming in. Fake. A land speculator's trick, stirring up buzz to jack up prices. The Booster Club reconvenes, moods heavy. Ben tells them the bank's holding them to their costs. Panic sets in. People start backing out, but Ben stands tall. "I'll take it all," he says. "Every dime." And that's when John steps in, not to scold, not to stop him, but to reframe it. "If Ben's shouldering this alone," he says, steady and sure, "then any profit belongs to him." He looks around. "But think bigger. That building, it could be a shop, a clinic, a post office someday. It's not just a risk, it's an asset." A long pause. Then one by one, the neighbors nod. They want in. They want a piece of whatever this becomes. Later, John drives Ben home. Night's fallen, quiet between them. John offers a truce, room, board, $25 a week, and his old job back at the mill. Ben accepts, not as surrender, as partnership. The grand opening day arrives. It's not the grand civic center Corabeth pictured, but there is a fountain, a small one, a drinking fountain. She stands beside it, smiling, maybe a little misty-eyed. It's not marble and gold, but it's theirs. And it works. Meanwhile, life as always keeps turning. Yancy drops by, excited he's heading to barber college. Tries to talk Jason into a trim. Jason? Not a chance. "You're not shaving me, Yancy." Next up, Jim Bob, trapped in the barn, sitting stiff as a board while Yancy works with trembling hands and too much time on the clock. Jim Bob's patience wears thin fast. Then comes Elizabeth. Yancy's got this egg shampoo he's dying to try. Only he fumbles. Most of it ends up on her face, not in her hair. She bolts, shouting over her shoulder, "Go make an omelet." Finally, Yancy shows up at the store, hopeful. Ike hands him his graduation certificate, Barber Arts, Charlottesville Trade Institute, and with a little fanfare, unveils a brand new barber chair, set right by the pickle barrel. Yancy beams. "Who's first?" he asks, scissors gleaming. Silence. Then poof, everyone suddenly got somewhere else to be. And that's the thing, isn't it? Because in the end, the real story of Walton's Mountain wasn't about buildings or blueprints or even fountains. It was about people. About Ben proving he could stand on his own and still come home. About neighbors arguing, doubting, stumbling, then choosing to believe in each other anyway. The mountain didn't become the biggest town in Jefferson County, but it grew, it thrived. And years later, yes, Corabeth did get her town square. Not the ornate, marble dream version. Just a simple stone basin, fed by a cool mountain spring. But on a hot afternoon, that water tasted like home to locals and strangers alike. Because the important thing about any community isn't how high its buildings rise. It's how deeply its people care. And on Walton's Mountain, that ran deep as the roots of the oldest oak in the yard.